Joining us now to discuss is former acting CBP Commissioner Mark Morgan. Mark, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing great, Carl.
Okay, so I want to unpack this real quick. Now, we have on generally good knowledge that apparently that press conference was delayed because Kamala Harris didn't want to go out and stand with Joe Biden. She was basically dragged out there kicking and screaming, saying, "You're not going to pin this expletive on me," is what there is being reported. And she was in front of the cameras of the world, and you could see that she did not want to be there.
Yeah, Carl, look, it's the same thing on the southwest border. Since the first day she was appointed the border czar, her and her staff have tried to do everything to distance herself as far as she could with respect to what's going on our own borders. She'll travel thousands of miles away to go to the Northern Triangle country. But really, and even when she does go to the southwest border finally, only because President Trump announced he was going to go, she actually didn't go to the physical border. This shouldn't be surprising for us, Carl, at all.
Yeah, it's almost like we told them so. I mean, this whole campaign, Trump said the border's a problem, the border's a problem. They said, no, it's not a problem. Then, during the winter months, they say it's seasonal. There are all these people coming over because they always come over, never mind the fact it was higher than almost ever before in the last 20 years. Now it's like in July, the numbers were like, 200,000, and they were way above normal in 1 month. I mean, has she done anything of any value to anybody in this government?
No, and what's shocking, Carl, is, look, we've been saying since day one that they've been misdirecting and spinning and, quite frankly, blatantly lying to the American people about the southwest border. But the media, month after month, has given them a pass. Like you said, on the seasonal, lie that they're trying to push to the American people. In July, 212,000, the second highest monthly total in history. But yet they're still trying to push the lie that it's seasonal. And now Afghanistan, it's the same thing, Carl. We're seeing unfold in front of our eyes is that they're still continuing to lie to the American people. But finally, even the mainstream media is stepping up. And Carl, real quick, look. There is a link to what's happening in Afghanistan and what's happening on our southwest border. Yeah. Right now, our border is wide open because of this administration. That 212,000, it takes an absorbent amount of border resources to process those 212,000. Our borders are wide open, Carl.
Right.
Criminal aliens are pouring through, gang members are pouring through, drugs are pouring through. And the American people need to understand, just like the cartels, that terrorist organizations, their resolve to do harm to the U.S. is stronger than ever.
Right.
And they are looking for opportunities to exploit. They're looking for vulnerabilities, and they're going to find it in our southwest border. And right now we have a terrorist organization in charge of Afghanistan. And I know this may be a surprise to our president, but as you know, as the warrior you are, you've been there, Al-Qaeda is alive and well in Afghanistan.
100%. And I'm glad you brought up our southern border on that because it is open like a Walmart on Black Friday. And the problem we're seeing is that we don't know who's – that's the problem. They're like, well, we don't have intelligence that Al-Qaeda and, Taliban or whoever is coming through our southern – you don't have any intelligence whatsoever on anybody coming through. And the ones who are coming through are like 40% positive COVID rates.
Carl, you're spot on, and you know it. It's the same thing when you were in the war zone. And look, and I went to Iraq, too, as an FBI agent. That's the same problem. It's really scary to not know what you something, right? They're going out there and they're saying, well, because we don't know, therefore it doesn't exist. That's insane and that's dangerous. But here's the facts that we do know. Right now, this fiscal year, because Border Patrol resources are being pulled off to process 212,000, 300,000 gotaways. This fiscal year, that means 300 illegal aliens have got through our frontline defense and made it in the United States. This year alone, and the chief of the Border Patrol, he just retired. He was forced out by this secretary because he wouldn't be a puppet. He talks about how 14 illegal aliens have been found on the FBI's terror screening database. 14. It's more than we've ever apprehended illegally entering our country right now. And this fiscal year, they've apprehended illegal aliens from 140 different countries.
Yeah.
You don't think that this is a real threat with respect to our national security? Of course it is.
Yeah, and nobody out there wants to give the I told you so speech. Nobody does. But, Mark, I got to say, one of the things I like about, I've had you on a couple shows now, and I like interviewing you because you are so passionate about this. And you and people like you who care about this, who get animated about this, say, well, he's so angry. You're darn right he's angry because he's seeing all the hard work he did, basically go down the toilet. Why aren't they caring about this?
Yeah, look, Carl, you're absolutely right. Look, I'm not going to apologize for being passionate because I know what's happening to this country, and I know this administration is absolutely jeopardizing every aspect of our public safety, our public health, and our national security because of their open border policies. And now we're looking at what they're doing in Afghanistan. Yeah. And I also know, just like warriors fighting overseas, there are warriors on our front lines here on the southwest border. The women of Customs and Border Protection are risking their lives every single day. You mentioned COVID. Right now, CBP have lost over 30 officers and agents in the line of duty because of COVID. 10 for the United States Border Patrol alone. Yep. Yet this administration continued to allow a COVID-infected, known and willingly allowing COVID-infected illegal aliens into our country every single day. Unmonitored. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Completely unmonitored. Mark Morgan, former acting CBP commissioner and guy with more stuff on his shelves than I've ever seen before. We appreciate you joining us, sir.
You bet. Thanks, Carl.
All right.